Hey folks, Gary Bunzer here, the RV Doctor, and we're here at the Seattle RV Show. I'm with Matt, the Vice President of Operations at Torklift Central. And Matt, you've been doing some seminars here. I got to sit in on one the other day.
Yeah.
Many people have a very misunderstanding about what it takes to tow a car behind a motorhome. We call that what, dinghy towing?
Dinghy towing, motorhome towing, you name it.
A towed vehicle.
Towed vehicle.
Okay, tell me about it. What's the biggest misunderstanding?
Man, I would say the biggest misunderstanding is just really what it does take to really do it. A lot of people think they just need a car and get a motorhome and they're good to go. But there's a lot of little intricate things you got to check with. Your chassis on your coach, can it actually pull the car you want to tow? Is your car actually towable from the factory? And then the setup. And so there's just a lot of little things you got to check in. It's very detailed.
Obviously, that crucial link between car and motorhome starts basically with the tow bar. Is that right?
Yes.
Tell me about the lines that you carry. What do you have here?
We actually carry the Roadmaster brand. They're made in Vancouver, Washington, 100% made in the USA. Torklift has carried Roadmaster since the beginning that Torklift's been around, and the folks at Roadmaster and the owner Jerry Edwards, they make a really great product. Like I said, they're all made in the USA. They're steel tow bars, motorhome mounted, car mounted. We also have aluminum as well. Roadmaster's tow bars, there's nothing better than the Roadmaster. And so quality, engineering, and it's made in the USA.
And obviously safety-wise.
Safety-wise as well.
Some people have a hard time disengaging the tow bar behind the motorhome after they stop and they're ready to take the car away.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that Jerry's come up with a new device to make that a lot easier. Why don't you show us that?
Sure. Yeah, everybody's used to the car-mounted tow bars with the push buttons. And so when the car is getting ready to disconnect, like Gary was saying, it's really difficult to disconnect that tow bar because you have to push the button. Well, there's so much tension on that button that usually sometimes it takes a hammer or rubber mallet. And with the new Falcon all-terrain tow bar with the Freedom Latch, no matter how strong you are, no matter how much strength you have or how old you are, how young you are, one hand is all it takes and it breaks that tow bar free every single time.
That's amazing. Now, what other devices are necessary to properly tow a small car or pickup truck, light-duty truck behind a motorhome?
Yeah, well, the next thing you want to do is you want to have a brake system. And so we carry the Roadmaster brake systems as well as the SMI brake systems. And with a braking system, it allows you to brake your towed car proportionally or progressively to the motorhome's braking power. So, and effectively, it reduces your stopping distance of the coach with the car it adds an extra 5 feet of stopping distance, and that's it.
And a lot of people have a problem with understanding that if you're towing a car behind the motorhome, you usually extend that stopping distance from a safety factor.
Correct.
And so the two different types of towing auxiliary brakes, proportional and timer-based?
Progressive, yes.
Progressive,
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, what's the advantages of the timer-based, if there is any, compared to the actual proportional?
You know, a progressive system is timer-based, and so it's usually going to be a less expensive system. And so the benefits, with the SMI Stay and Play Duo is once we hook it up and install it, you don't have to do anything. It's all, once you plug in your light socket, it's all activated by the taillight system. It's a set it and forget it one-time deal. And so if you're cost conscious and you're trying to save a few bucks when you're putting this all together, because it can be quite expensive, a progressive system may be for you. Now, if you want to step up to one of the better systems that's proportional, that means we're mirroring the braking on the coach.
Gotcha.
And so you're going to get a safer stopping distance with the coach in the car. If you panic stop that coach, it's going to proportionally, in regulation, do the same thing in the car.
You're not going to have weird things happening with the car with proportional braking.
Coach isn't gonna gradually stop in the car power brakes or power brake the coach and the car is to a crawl. They do it in regulation proportion together. So
safe for the tires, safer for the radiators,
longevity of the brakes in the coach and the car, and just peace of mind for the customer that it's going to do what you're doing in the coach, and so your foot is the control box.
Oh, outstanding. That's a great product. Now, another thing, I get questions all the time asked to the RV Doctor column that I write. Mm-hmm. Dear Gary, I have a 2004, you name the brand of car it is. Can I tow that car behind the motorhome? I understand there's some kind of a new app for a phone.
Yes,
Tell me about
Torklift
that.
Central has got the first industry-wide towing app. It's been on the App Store for about 3 years. We just updated it to iOS 7. So it's optimized for the iPhone 5, iPad, the full-size screen. So you can download that right on the App Store for 99 cents. It pays for the administration fees of the app. We've got dinghy tow ratings from 2002 all the way up till 2013. And it's a dual-purpose app. So we have pull-behind tow ratings from 1979 until now as well. So
No
very
kidding.
vast array library.
There you
of
go, folks,
information.
for your iPhone. What about the Android?
The Android is actually free, and so we have the Droid app as well on the Google Play Store. You can download that as well.
That's outstanding. Any other cool products you need to show me? Because I'm so interested in this because it involves safety, and that's
Yes.
a big issue with our
Yeah, one last thing that I would like to mention is if you look at our poster back here, one of the big misconceptions about towing a car behind a motorhome is that my chassis on my coach is just ready to go the way it is, and that's not always the case. When you look at a chassis on a Class C, for example, it's actually a cabin chassis of a pickup truck most of the times, or like a box truck. And so,
or a van, something
yeah,
like that.
and so the chassis from Ford, Chevy, or Dodge is just the chassis itself, and the motorhome manufacturer builds a much bigger box than is intended to be on it. And so, to extend the frame, they take a piece of metal and they stick it up to the frame that's existing, and they do what's called butt welding. And so they joint weld it and stick it back.
Yep.
And so there's surface weld on that, holding that extra frame back, and your hitch is attached to that. And so strength-wise, it's not adequate enough to haul anything substantial. And so for customers that are wanting to take that bigger size car, or that are wanting to take the full load, we do what we call a subframe beef up. And what that means is we take another piece of C-channel steel, add it to it, and we actually join those two frames all the way together with steel straps and bolts, and welding it all together all the way up and down the original frame, and make a new frame and uprate the hitch in the frame itself.
Again, a safety feature, because
Safety.
some extended frames on motorhomes just aren't substantial
Right.
enough to add a hitch to tow a heavier vehicle.
You'll actually see sometimes that frame will start to rip apart from the actual factory frame.
I've actually seen that.
Yes.
Scary
It's
situation.
very scary. You can lose the entire load.
And
So-
most RVers hardly ever do they ever crawl underneath the coach to even inspect, let alone
Exactly.
take a look at something as technical as that.
And sometimes they don't know what they're looking for either.
Exactly.
And so, yeah, it's just it's a matter of safety and experience with what we've been doing for 37 years. We do a lot of them, very common, and it's becoming more popular nowadays because people want to haul heavier loads.
Absolutely. Well, Matt, that's fantastic. Now, Torklift Central, you're in the state of Washington. How do people get a hold of you?
Yeah, you can get us on our website, torkliftcentral.com. You can also reach us support at tlcentral.com, or call us at 253-854-1832.
There you go, folks. Torklift Central, right here in the beautiful state of Washington. Matt, thank you so much.
Thank you, Gary.
Great information. Folks, thank you.